Yo, what's going on? All right, so this is a video of me talking about why I can understand why a man would be down low. Um, my first experience ever with a guy, I was in kindergarten, and it was my friend. Now, mind you, we weren't gay, first of all, like, because we didn't know what gay was. We were just children exploring. So it was my best buddy from kindergarten, and we grew up in 55th and Quincy, where this is totally unacceptable. So I won't say any of the. I'll change the names because it was my mom's best friend. We'll call her Renee. It's close to her name, but my mom's best friend Renee, and my best friend Donald. Or let's not use Donald because that's my other brother's name, and that would be very. I don't do that. His name was because all the D's I have family members, and they're so yucky. His name was D. So his name was D. So anyway, my mom's best friend. So we would always hang out. My mom would hang out. They'd be playing spades, and y'all go in there. Get out of here with the grown people. Okay. So we would get out of there with the grown people and we would go in the other room. And we wouldn't do anything, but we would just have our hands in the back of each other's pants, like in the back of each other's pants. And we would just be sitting there and it wasn't doing nothing. We weren't doing nothing. Baby, one time our mothers walked in that room when our hands were in the back of it. It wasn't both of our moms, it was Renee. Renee went ballistic, my mom's best friend. She went, what they call it, ape shit. OMG. She was like, and she called my mom, and I can call my mother because my mother, she's right or die, and this is the truth. So she said, Loretta, get in here and look at what the fuck they, keep your motherfucking hands right there. We were like, and she was giant, like she looked like Cheryl on What's Happening. So is anybody fucking with Cheryl for What's Happening? No, that'll be a negative. So, you know, and and so I would say D, my best friend at the time, he was he was just a man's man. You know, honestly, he played football, and he was just like back then. He was like, oh, I mean, I'm talking about as we got older. As we got older, we still became friends, and he played football, and we still hung out and everything. And you know, I wasn't into having like 42 people running towards me because I have a ball. I was used to having one person running towards me because I have two balls. No, I'm kidding. I didn't know anything about it back then, trust me. I was a late bloomer in a lot of things. Sexually, I didn't want to have sex. You know, my natural spirit, me. Um, I didn't want to. Number one, I didn't think about guys, you know, or girls. I was just wanting to get through this world and get my studies and you know learning and you know all of those things. So it was I wasn't a over sexual teenager, if you will. Now I did have girlfriends, and I did have a lot of beautiful girlfriends as high school went on because you emulate the environment that you're in. When you're in Rome, you do what Romans do. So I started doing what Romans do, and you know, it's just back then, girlfriends was like tennis shoes. You had to have the newest and the freshest and the baddest tennis shoe, and the newest and the freshest and the baddest girl. You know, I grew up in an era with troop suits, IOU sweaters, and Merte Francois Jabot jeans with the double flaps, and you know, Carl Kanai, those $44. Now, those damn t-shirts cost a lot back then. But the reason I let's get back, let's not divert our way to the for the video. But the reason I say that most people are undercover is because my situation, it was just a very traumatizing situation. with my mom's best friend finding us. And I think that, in my mind, I was like, oh, this is taboo. Like, you don't even, like, even though we were experimenting, and I'm just talking about as we never did it again. We never ever had any relations, okay? I respect him to the utmost. But as time progressed and you fall into your sexuality, you don't want to have a billboard like, hey, like that would be like you at a KKK meeting with a poster board saying, hey, I'm over here, I'm black. Hey, do you? Yeah, I'm over here. So that's why I would say most people are on the down low. You just don't. I mean, and when I say the KKK meeting, I mean America. I'm just using it as a metaphor. America is, is that situation where you can't just come out as gay, or unless you're in certain states and cities. You can do that in New York, and in Studio 54, and in California. And California is a whole other country, honey. Yeah, that that's Sin City. You know what I'm saying? Like they did the Rocky Horror Picture Show, child. Don't sit down on that. That was so fierce. It's still out to this day. People still throwing rice in theaters. That's tea. They got water guns when it come rain in the theater in a movie, and then they have the umbrellas and things like that. So what I'm saying is, in different states, it's not acceptable in Wyoming. It's not acceptable in Iowa. It's not acceptable definitely in like Texas and different, just different states. It's not acceptable, and it can cost you your life. You've heard of hate crime. So if you didn't heard of a hate crime on 2020, three men, stumped this dude at a gas station. Are you gonna really tell your truth? Because once again, it's kind of like if you tell your truth in that city in Tennessee, in that city in Kentucky, in that city in Ohio, in that city in upstate New York, what you think is gonna happen? So why would you be so? But at the same point, and the person who's being down low in their mind, they're getting it from their family. Why aren't you with someone? Why haven't you met someone? Why aren't you married? So then they have to start looking. Or not even necessarily looking. And okay, let me give you a whole nother deal. In their mind, they're like, Lord, because I know I did it when I was in high school. I was like, Lord, please take this away from me. I don't want to, like, because there was, okay, so the way I knew I was gay, I was in high school. And you see in the locker room, everybody undressing, and I'm like, ah, okay. I was like, bitch, it was a lot going on in my locker room. No pun intended to anybody in my high school. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but I recognize the talent. Okay? So, because I'm still very close friends with a lot of my straight friends in high school. I hate to say straight friends because like black people say I have a white friend and white people say I have a black friend. So I don't want to say that with a lot of my friends from high school. So it was a lot of talent. So that's when I knew. So I started praying it away. I was like, Lord, please take it away from me. I don't want to be, you know, I want to be gay. And when I wake up in the morning, please erase my mind, like Men in Black. But that was before Men in Black came out. But I already came up with the concept. I was like, just erase my mind and not ever let me know that I had a thought about a dude. And even the Playboy magazines, I would look at the Playboy magazines and I'll be looking at the dude. His stomach and his chest and his arms and everything like that. And so yeah, so that's when you start realizing. And so it's just a lot, but you keep it quiet because it's not the coolest thing to say you're gonna bring a dude to prom, and nor, well, now these days it's different. I'm not lying. I've seen pictures with these babies. They have double prom dates with two guys and two girls and a damn poodle. So it's different these days. But in my day, in the '90s, when Kid and Play was out, you down with OPEP? Yeah, you know me. That was out back then, and nobody was playing that. Nobody was playing that. So I also a lot of my friends from high school, they know what I'm about to talk about. But another way is there was someone in high school I actually had a connection with. I don't want to say a relationship because I don't want to put anyone on blast. But this is my story, and but I had a connection with. Now we never went all like all, I don't want to give too much, but we never went all the way because we didn't know what we were doing. It was a energy attraction. I was attracted to him. He was attracted to me, and we hung out a lot. And so when we hung out, it was just one day we were together and we just started like making out. And it was just like something we knew we had to keep quiet. We're like, we knew we had to keep quiet from our friends, the teachers, our parents. So we would say, we have homework, we're studying, baby. Wink, wink, baby. We are studying. But it wasn't even like we were just going for it, like, the Jamie Foxx and Oprah rumors. So, we weren't just going for it, swinging from the chandeliers, like those rumors. But we would just hang out and we watch In Vogue videos and, with them performing live on the Late Show or whatever shows they were performing on. And we really enjoyed each other's company and just everything. And I just really liked watching him enjoy himself and his. I still remember his body frame and everything, and it was just he had the most amazing legs I've ever seen still today. Well, somebody has just taken your place. I'm so sorry, but somebody did take your place, okay? Because I got some legs over there, right in the next room. It's the truth. So I told him going there until I finished the video, true. So, and he got up here. His zodiac sign his legs, okay? Um, but anyhow, we knew we had to keep what we had, our energy connection, whatever you want to call it. We knew we had to keep it secret, and even after that, I met someone at church, and those are some of the people you have got to watch out for. I met two guys at church. They pray after the young. I don't mean all men. I'm not. Don't come after me, but I'm telling you my experience. A lot of these people I respected. I want to say a lot of people, but there were two people I did respect as man of the cloth, but my family respected. And I was young. I was in high school, and he was like 33, 34, 30, 33, 34, 35. So I was in high school. And I didn't know it was horrible because, he looked young and he was pretty cool and he dressed young and he had a good job. And I just thought he was fun. And he was like, oh, we started out, well, let's go to the play and let's, then he started taking me out to dinners. And I was just like, I didn't know, but I knew that he was handsome and chocolate and beautiful and everything. And, I was young, so I wasn't going to initiate it with a grown dude. So he came up to me. And so we knew I had to keep that situation undercover because it's just so much. Oh my God, if I told y'all, you wouldn't believe it, Lord. You would believe it. So that was that situation. And there were some times when I was at his house and the people from church came over and he was like, run upstairs. It's sister so and so. Go to sit down on it. Child, tell the truth, shade the devil. So I would go upstairs and I would wait for like 45 minutes until she finished talking to him about whatever, not knowing that he has company. But this is the tea. I'm gonna give you some tea, honey. You need to get a Kool-Aid cup. Don't get a teacup. Get a Kool-Aid cup. The tea. I had a friend that was dating him too, and he was playing both of us, and we didn't know it. So my friend saw my car at his house, and he came backdoor at me. He didn't wreck shop that night because he knew I didn't know, and I didn't know about him as well. A, a, a deacon playing two people. Ooh, it was so much going on. I'm trying to tell y'all wouldn't believe it. I'll just sit down on it. So my friend, let's call him, because I don't want to say his name. Let's call him, oh my God, S. So my friend S came to me and he said, so you know so-and-so? And I said, yeah. He said, so are you guys kicking it? And I was like, I can't lie to my friend. And so I'm like, but it's a secret. So what do you say? And I was like, well, no, we're not kicking it. He was like, Mario, I saw your car over there at like 9 o'clock. Right. He ain't helping me with my homework, honey. Unless it's health class. So my friend Sean, OMG, oh my God, it's the truth. So if you guys got it, it's the truth. So Sean was like, oh my God. So Sean was like, I saw your car over there. Okay, so the cat was off the bag. And he was like, I've been seeing your car over there. It's been a pattern. And I was like, well, we're kicking it. He said, we're kicking it too. And I was like, I don't think so. Like, I've never, he didn't tell me this, and and I've known him since I was a child, and And so he was like, he's playing us. And then he started, like, showing proof. Like, he would call him, and he would talk to Sean in a way that he shouldn't be talking to Sean. So Sean came up with this plan, because I would never be this clever. He said, well, let's both go over there at the same time. Oh my God. Oh my God. So we both went over there at the same time. And so Sean, right before we went in, he said, wait. Let's start. Cannot believe I'm telling you guys this, but he said, wait, let's kiss in front of him. I'm like, He said, no, that would rock his world. I know him. I said, I'm not doing that. So, but we never even made it to that, because when we both went in there at the same time, the deacon pulled a gun out on us. He said, if y'all don't get the out my house. Baby, that was good enough for me. I got in my car and I started reversing Pumpkin Lamb. I don't know. I think I left Sean there. I was like, y'all playing. I ain't got time for this. It's the truth. So we were down low because he was there, and So it's multiple reasons why people are down low. Hello, come on, let's just be obvious. But people, they always say, well, why would you be down low and invite another lady in the situation? And I don't think that they do it intentionally, or people do it intentionally. It could be, like I said, you're praying that you're not gay anymore, and you're going to church, and then you just so happen to meet somebody and y'all become friends, and you get energy, misplaced energy. And I do think that sometimes people know that they married a dude that is down low, because I'm not trying to be funny. The very first time, Lord forgive me, but it's the truth. The very first time I saw Star Jones' husband, I was like, he got the gay in the eyes. And Terry McMillan's husband had the gay in the eyes, and Liza Minnelli's husband had the gay in the eyes. A lot of people got the gay in the eyes. Now, I said, maybe because I've been around for a long time, I see the gay in the eyes. I could sniff you, baby, and tell you what you had for breakfast on Thursday. I'd be like, mm-hmm, 2 sausage McMuffins, hold the egg, and a hash brown. This ain't no joke. This is real. That's why all my friends call me. They be calling me. And I'm cool with that. I got that responsibility and I accept it. But they call me and they be like, this is this scenario. What should I do? I say, hallelujah, make it do what it do. All right, so we're not going to make this all long drawn out, even though we have. How many days has this been? It's been 21 days and 20 hours. 21 days and 20 hours. This is the longest shit I've ever done. But it was worth it because it's true. Hold on, let's make sure we didn't leave out anything. Oh, a lot of times people are download because it is church. But see, this is the thing. Like I said, I met 2 dudes from church. I didn't know what was going on, and when you have, I'm not trying to be funny. When you are young and you got the damn green eyes and the curly hair, they be trying to get you. Well, that's why I shave that shit right now, motherfucker. I'm like, go away. So it's like it's Independence Day, but back in the day, they were doing it, and so it's too much. Like I said, I can't even talk about it all. One reason I couldn't come out is because I was the oldest of 6, and your oldest brother can't be like he's the defender of the house. So I couldn't tell my truth in that aspect, and I couldn't go out to any clubs. Not that I wanted to, but we'll talk about that. The first gay club I ever went to. That's a whole nother. Trust you me, that's a whole nother segment. The first gay club I ever went to was in Washington D.C. It was called Trax. Was it called Trax? I think it was called Trax. I don't know. It was 400 years ago. But I had never even seen anything like it. And it was the most amazing thing that I'd ever seen. It was amazing in the aspect because I didn't know that there were thousands and thousands of people like me. It was unbelievable. So we'll talk about that next time. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you later. And I just want to say, you know what? If you didn't hung out this long and watch the video, I want to say I appreciate that. And I love you for that. Definitely let's start conversation so we can have interactions and possibly become online besties. Okay? I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for tuning in the Mario Ramon Show. Peace.